G'day and thanks for joining me. I'm Faintly Saintly and this is my workshop. This is Workshop Simulator VR, which I've had my eye on for quite a while and I finally picked up. This just looks like a really chill, cozy VR experience and I thought that might make a nice video, especially for people who just like to chill, have a bit of background music while we fix up some tools and toys and electronics and various other things here in this pretty awesomely detailed little workshop. So I've literally just started a new game. I have not tried anything yet. So we're going to be learning as we go. So we can see over here, we do have a shop. We can buy all sorts of different things, different tools and chemicals that might help. We can take commissions where we basically get tools from people, restore them and ship them back. And we can earn money and renown. And this is what we have at our disposal, I suppose, at the moment. Airbrush, angle grinder, screwdriver, airbrushes, paints, all sorts of different things. I also have $50 to spend at the moment as well. But we're starting from the start. I'm going to choose the most basic commission. We need to polish it. We need sandpaper, a wire brush, and I don't know what you'd call that kind of brush, but we can work it out. Please help. I'm late for my job interview and my suit is wrinklier than my grandma's face. If you don't fix this iron, I will fail this interview. Please help. Well, when you put it that way, we'll take the job. Oh, hello. Take the package. We'll just lock it down there. Use the wire brush to scrub the part. Pack the item and tape the box and send it back. Sounds straightforward. So we need to unpack this. So let's grab our little box cutter here. Nice. And this is what we've got, a little very old school iron. So we need the wire brush. I'll grab that. Can I pop this? I don't know how that works. Let's just give it a little scrubby scrub. I did get an achievement for something there. I can ship it back, but we are not even nearly done. It's not in a very good state. Somebody should teach this person that there are modern electric irons. But anyway, this is obviously sentimental. Oops. I'll send it back with a big dent in it from dropping it on the floor. Although this is pretty solid, I'm sure it's going to hold up okay. So how much detail do we need here? We've got a little work in progress bar here. Looks like the star might be the minimum, and then the rest might be a bonus, just to get it 100%. I'm going to try and change the angle here. Oh yeah, we've got 2 stars there now. It's a little bit awkward, but we're getting there. It's coming together nicely. So it's pretty intuitive. Obviously, I haven't done a tutorial or really read up on the controls. There was a little tooltip at the start of the game, but this is all very intuitive. You expect, you know, you hold things with the trigger buttons and everything seems to be pretty natural for a well-designed VR game, which is nice. And this might be a little detailing one where we can get into these little crevices. There we go, look at that. 100%. Pop that back. Pop the kettle back in the box. Grab some tape. That is cool. Alright, packed it all up. It says it's fragile. I don't think it is, but we'll take that. $10 for our trouble. $60 in the bank. 3 stars. Perfect job. How's our renown? We earned 106 for that. I don't know if that's good. Seems alright for a start. And then we can move on to the next job, an oil can. We need to clean and polish. This also needs some sponges. And what is that? A different kind of tool. I don't know if we even have that one. We'll have to see. Oil can or can't. So I heard you're starting a new workshop business, huh? Well, good news. I've got a request for you. Could you please clean up this oil can I got? I will genuinely ruin your business if you refuse. This is not a joke. Best of luck. Okay. So there's a good bit of humor in this. To clean, spray the sponge or sponge cone. Oh, that's what that is. Clean the parts with wet sponge. We can handle that. Pop that down. Grab our knife. Little oil can. Okay. So we've got a scrub and clean. So where would I find a... Oh, here we go. A sponge. Ooh, this is like a pressure washing station. I'm guessing we don't have all the equipment we need yet. And just wet that sponge a little bit. And give it a good old scrub. Seems to be slowly working. Kind of. Maybe I should have used the wire brush first. But it seems to be doing the job. Maybe I should be using the scourer side. But anyway. It's just very hard to see what I've already cleaned and what else needs cleaning, but the bar is slowly going up. At the handle. I might need this little thing to get into some of the more intricate little areas. There we go. So what I might do first is I will try a wire brush, and that might make it easier to see any grime left over to scrub. It's coming up very nicely. What's my viewport doing? I hope you can see this item because it's right in the dead center of my view. I just spotted my preview and it's a little bit off center. We'll see what we can do about that. Starting to look a bit fresher. How much more scrubbing have we got to do? We're nearly done. Quite a bit on the lid there. There we go. This is all done. Back to the sponge. Can I hold this in different ways? I can. That's nice. Best oil. Okay, that's looking pretty good. According to this, we are at 100%. So I'll package that back up. Missed a spot. There we go. Okay, $15 for our trouble. What's that? A bin. Cool. Done. 112 renown for that. One more simple job in this starter pack. So what are our achievements here? Reach 250 in renown. We must be very close. These are both worth over 100. Earn $25 we've done. And get at least 1 star from all items. So far, so good. A certain movie cosplay. Hello, I've been really getting into Halloween. I've even decided to make my costume early. But here's the issue. There are no stores that sell Halloween costumes in January. So I have to make do with what I have. I want to cosplay a character from a certain horror movie, and I'm going to need an axe. But I'm already way out of my budget to buy a new one, so please help me restore my cosplay prop. Okie dokie. We can help with that. What are some of these tools? We'll have a look. Detach all parts from the stand. Grab to adjust the stand's position and use the highlighter tools to disassemble. Dip the brush in paint and paint the part. Assemble on the stand. Okay. Might leave this tooltip open for the moment, because we haven't used this stand yet. Grab the knife. That could use some work. So here we go. The item is on the stand, so I can reposition this. Oh, that is cool. Okay. I'm going to just pull that right off, can I? I need to scrub this one. This one needs a little bit of work by the looks of it. It's pretty messed up. Try and just get every side. There we go. There's probably some in there as well, so I might need this little one. Just get in there and clean the inside of that little gap up. Cool, that's all looking pretty good. Whoops. Back that back. Oh, we're not even nearly done there actually, but I'll give it a bit of a wipe down with the sponge first, I think. Oh yeah, that's looking good. Nice and clean. This makes me feel a little bit bad. There are things in my house that I could be cleaning for real right now. But hey, that's not as fun as doing it in VR, is it? Looking alright. I need... Oh, of course, we need to do the handle itself too, right? Do we? Oh yeah, that's doing something. I'll just grab the sponge. Look at that, folks. It's just that easy. It's coming out nicely. Can I spin this around? No, but I might have to rotate the... Oops. Rotate the stand somehow. Nope. There we go. Very nice. Okay. Give it a good old scrub with the wire brush. Missed a little spot there. Must be pretty much close to done with this. That is a fresh looking piece of wood. Alright, so we are done and done. We just need to start painting now. What do we need to paint? We don't know what this is meant to look like. And do I own any paint? Well, we do have some paint over here. Maybe I meant to paint this, because the axes sometimes have the red handle, don't they? What are you? Red spray paint? It's not quite what the instructions said. And it's not working, so it's not what we're meant to do. Pop you back. It doesn't say red necessarily, does it? What have we got here? We'll just colour this in. A nice red and blue colour scheme. Now, is that doing it? No. I meant to paint this. Yes. Okay. Disregard the interesting colour job here. Does that mean I can spray paint this? Yeah, it appears to be working. That's right, luckily my gloves are paint resistant. Damn, this is actually really satisfying to do. And a bright red handle. Look at that. Make sure we get the edges, the ends. There we look, and we're done. I wonder if this runs out. I'll pull this back. Oops. There we go. Pop you back. There we are. Reconstruct. Now that is a beautiful looking axe. I might just cover up that blue. That looks a bit silly. We'll just make the whole thing bright red for no reason. But that is the attention to detail that my customers have come to expect, right? Beautiful. That is a fine looking axe. Wonderful. We'll pop that back in. And ship it off. $20. We've met all our objectives for this first pack. 3 stars in each item. 250 renown. $25 earned. And then some. Very nice. Let's move on to some more complicated projects, eh? Alright, what else have we got? Pack 2. Toy car, birdhouse, and poster stand. These are worth a little bit more money. We need 1 star in each of them. We need 900 renown and $75 earned. So even just 2 of these would tick that box. Assuming we're getting the full amount. Clean, polish, paint. Lots of tools required. We need pliers, a hammer. That's not a screwdriver, that's a sponge. Hubbly toy car. I have a little toy car that needs to be looked at by a skilled professional. You've come to the right place. I've been doing this for 15 minutes and I'm a pro. Let's check out this toy car, shall we? It's very retro, isn't it? So, remove the nails and disassemble. So I'm guessing we need the pliers for the nails. Oh no, there's a little nail remover here. We just leverage them out, do we? We do. Nice. And then maybe the pliers. There we go. So maybe that's what this tray is for. I'm going to keep all the little bits and pieces. Uh-oh. Did I drop the nail? No, you don't keep the nail. Okay. I thought I'd have to put them aside and reuse them, but I suppose it makes sense that we just get new nails, right? So. Get those wheels off. So they'll all need to be scrubbed, as will this. We'll start with the wire brush. It's hard to tell when it's really finished. Make sure we get the edges as well. So I think that's mostly just removing the old paint. Nice. Well, I guess you've got 3 bars over here. You've got the sponge, the brush, and the paint, which I assume is what these 3 dots represent here. So it looks like those 2 both have been scrubbed sufficiently. Looking pretty good. Nice. Let's grab our trusty sponge. Get that nice and moist. That is a clean looking wheel. Good. Oops. I think the sound effects are a clue as well. You can sort of hear a scrub. But with the brush at least, it went quiet when it wasn't actually actively scrubbing something, so maybe that's a clue, we'll see. Looking pretty good. We should also work on the car as well. I might get it all ready before I start painting. Don't like that it constantly makes rickety noises when it's in this stand, so I might just do it by hand. This could almost be like an ASMR experience. Let us know if you're chucking this kind of video on in the background to fall asleep to or doing something to that effect. I'll try and keep the energy low. There'll be no yelling or jump scares in this one. We're just here for a chill old time. It is a filthy looking car. There's even a little bit of ambience with this music here from the radio. I wonder if I need to turn that up or if it's just a nice little background sound. I don't want it to take too much away from the sounds of actually working, because this is quite satisfying to hear. That's looking pretty good. According to that, we have scrubbed enough. Time for paint. We want to reassemble or should we paint first? I'm thinking we paint. Now, there's a toy car here. It's got blue wheels and a red body. Maybe we'll just be unoriginal, just to ensure that the client is happy. We'll keep it pretty standard. I don't actually know if it matters. I'll have to experiment with that. But for now, we've got red paint, we've got blue paint. We won't go too overboard. I'll pop you back there, ready to reassemble. Oops. Isn't that nice? Now the volume of that paint is slowly going down as I'm dipping my brush in, so it looks like this is a consumable. So I should be mindful not to waste when I don't need to. It's probably done. Spray paint is a lot easier, especially with these little edges. It's a nice bright, full bright blue going on here. Very cool. I don't know how often I need to re-dip the brush either. This paint could last quite a long time, in theory. It's actually just run out. There we go. I wonder if you have to worry about washing the brush in between colors. Guess we'll find out as things get more complicated. Add that little bit. There we go. That's looking pretty good. No, it's not, apparently. We're not finished painting. What have we missed? Oh, the whole side of this one. Oh, nope, the whole thing. I thought I was finished. Getting a little bit ahead of myself there. Just fill in these gaps. Looking pretty good. How we looking on the board? 100%. That client should be thrilled. So how do we reattach? Can I just... Nope. Ah, there we go. So you put the wheel in place. This stand thing is actually amazing. Just being able to rotate the object like that. So good. Check it out. That is pretty cool. In you go. Back to your owner. And give me the money. I'm assuming I'll need to buy some more paint and things soon. We'll move on to the birdhouse. We need to clean, polish, and paint. What's the story? Homeless birds. For the past 7 years, I've been able to make a living by working as a bird landlord. See, here's the problem. Those pesky birds just love to complain. To show them what a good guy I am, I'd like you to fix one of their houses. Hopefully that'll make them remember to pay their rent on time. We'll take that. So I do wonder how much, oops, content is in this game. and how complicated things get. Well, that is a bit worse for wear. Covered in bird waste by the looks of it. Let's give it a little scrub. Maybe? No, not that kind of scrub. Maybe this kind of scrub. Oops. This is empty. I need to buy a new one. Okay. No, that's not working. What do I need to do for this? Insert the item. Do I have to do it a certain way? Remove the nails and disassemble, of course. Why didn't I think of that? Where are the nails? Oh, here. Okay. Oops. Very cool. Man, there's a lot of nails. Is that the lot? We'll find out. Nice. Oops, don't want to throw it away. Let's keep all the parts in this tray. Is that all we've got to take off? It looks like it. Alright. So I need to buy some more cleaner. Shop. Is that an IPA cleaner? What is this? Doesn't actually say. It's $30 though. Ah, cleaning spray. Use this to spray the sponge. Owned. Oh, probably need to throw the old one out before I can buy a new one. See you later. $3. Oops. Alright, you get out of the way, Trey. Over there. There we go. Brand new one. Alright. Let's get scrubbing. Good. Get all that paint off. This is going to be a big job. Now. Try and get this nice and clean. Looks like we still have a little bit of scrubbing to do. Not much. Sponge is done. I'll grab this again. I think there's a little bit of paint left in that corner. On that edge there. On that corner. Alright, that's looking pretty good and ready for paint. And we repeat. These ones are a little bit fiddly. Thankfully not too bad, but I might need this little thing. Oh no, I can't get in that hole. No, we're probably all good. Need to moisten that. There we are. Nearly done. There we go. One more little bit. I should have taken a photo so I can remember where these all go, but at least the game will tell me. In real life, I'm really paranoid, especially when I'm pulling something apart, or especially, building a computer or that kind of thing. I always take lots of photos of how it looks before I start, and at every step, just so I can make sure everything goes back where it belongs. Because nothing worse than finishing a job and then having a screw left over, or something like that. Computers aren't so bad, but if you've ever cracked open a laptop, they're full of little tiny screws and hooks and tape and ribbons. And I'm always just overly cautious. I don't want to forget something or put something back wrong. Where did I put my brush? Over here. Messy workshop. Okay. So this will be a little bit of elbow grease here. And get all this paint off. Wonder if I can recreate this design. Probably not. But I can give it a crack just for a laugh. Nice. Spin that around. I love this arm. I keep going on about it, but it's such a cool feature. So yeah, if this is your kind of game, if you just want an excuse just to get into VR and just chill, if you're like me, you sort of get tired of, because everything is horror, everything is scary, just because it's so easy to do in VR. I feel like it's a bit of a lazy cop-out sometimes. So I'm always looking for new chill experiences like this, like Cooking Simulator, which will just let me play in VR. I don't want to be, always under stress that something's after me or that something creepy's going on. Sometimes I just like to chill. And I did see the news that Cooking Simulator is apparently in line to get a very big free update after it looked like the game was all but abandoned. And I did put some time into that game. It wasn't perfect. It was quite flawed, but it was good fun. Again, just because I like to get into VR and chill. Might, put a podcast on or something like that. And it was fun, just cooking and learning new recipes and things. But it is really good to see that they're apparently not done with it. So without any fanfare in the background, they've supposedly been working on a big new update, a new engine update. There'll be DLCs coming, which they originally said weren't happening. So it'll be interesting to see how that all goes. And again, that's Cooking Simulator VR. Which again is flawed but fun. And so it'll be one to watch just to see how successful this patch is. And if they meet their promises, because they are hyping it up. They put out a news post just, I think, a day or two ago. And admittedly, it did sound very AI generated. And my thoughts are, is this real? Or has someone sort of bought the rights to the game and they're just putting stuff out to generate hype? I just don't know. In any case, we can be hopeful. I think they did say that that update was coming this month or in October 2025 at least. And then a DLC, the first DLC, which is a port of one of the DLCs from the base game, the non-VR version, by the end of the year. Because people have been crying out for that as well. Apparently the original version had quite a few nice DLCs, like a pizza DLC and a few other things. So fingers crossed for that, because that could be a really fun experience. How are we looking here? I need to sort of take you off there, don't I? If I can. A bit more paint in here. So how do I grab this off? Can I? Right, maybe I can't. I just need to get that paint out of that gap. Anyway. Give this a clean. So yeah, on the subject, if you have any nice chill VR experiences that you can recommend, let me know in the comments, because I'm always looking for something new. And while I love my shooters, and Half-Life Alyx was still one of the most amazing gaming experiences I've ever had. As I mentioned, I do like a variety of things in VR, just some novelties. Because in VR it just seems so much more fun. Well, I hope VR does take off a bit more, because you really feel like it is the future. Half-Life Alyx convinced me of that. It's just that no one else has really come close. But experiences like this, which are just little sort of indie projects, I guess, there's just so much value. Like, this wouldn't be so fun in, 2D flat screen, would it? Wouldn't be completely worthless. I mean, you've got games like Power Wash Simulator, which work just fine in 2D, just as a little chill time waster, I guess. I can't say I've tried that in VR. I'm not sure if there is a VR version, but that would be quite fun, I think. Alright, I need to spin you around. Where's my cleaner? There. So some of these projects are going to be more and more time consuming. As you can probably tell, this one's taken quite a while. I really need to get this off. I don't know how. Whoop. Now we look, I've still got a fair bit of work to do here. So I need the little sponge. Just get in these little areas here. I'm assuming we'll be able to unlock some tools that makes this easier. For example, the pressure washer station right here. So I'll have to save up some of my money and do a bit of shopping. Just to be a little bit more efficient. Now looking from a sponge perspective, we're more than halfway. It's a little bit fiddly, but it is still satisfying. Get in that little entrance there. Nice. I think this is where most of the damage is. How am I supposed to get in there? This little sponge doesn't hold too much water. There we go. Probably could have disassembled this a little bit more, to be honest, but just doing what I'm told. Get in under there, nice. That a bit of scum there, a bit more there. Okay. I feel like I do need to get in there a little bit somehow. Jam my hand in there. Oh yeah, I can clean that, okay. How's that progress looking? We're nearly there. You know what? Maybe there is more to disassemble. Let me just double check that. There is. How did I miss that? Oh, maybe I had to take the first parts off before it would let me do this. That would make sense, wouldn't it? Is that it for now? Yep. Whoa. Oops. A little bit of a glitch. That's going to make things a lot easier, isn't it? I even said before, like, I can't believe that I can't pull this apart further. Turns out I could. Just had to get some other stuff out of the way first. Oh my god, look at all these parts. I seriously hope I'm not supposed to memorize how this all goes back together, because at the moment I'm just chucking it. Alright, well. Spin that up. That's all looking pretty good there. It is just that little bit at the back, which I can't seem to get to. Can I take this off now, actually? Oops. Don't know. Is there a release button? Oh, that's a teleport button. I don't know, I just can't get in there. Anyway, we'll worry about that in a little bit. Maybe we can get it to the threshold without needing to get into that little section. We'll see. Where's my sponge? There. Going left-handed here. Just being a bit adventurous. And a little bit uncoordinated. That's fine. They say it's good for your brain, isn't it? To use your non-dominant hand for things, like brushing your teeth or something, just every day. Keep your brain working. Oh, out of cleaning fluid again already. Okay. Chuck that one out. Buy a new one. Oh no. I'm not going to be able to grab it because all this stuff's in the way. Give me that one. Give me that one. Pop you over here. Okay, where were we? A little bit more there, a little bit more there. This piece isn't looking too bad. There's just a little bit of paint in there. Can I take this apart further? I think I can. Holy moly. I can too. Here I am struggling to get in. Just need to get these nails out. Look at that. Okay, that's ready for painting. I underestimated how many parts are out of this. It's a lot more complicated than I thought. Or complex, I should say. Get these nails out. Yep. Come on. Come on, mate. Use your muscles. Let's go. Where else were we here? You need a bit of a scrub. Get the edges. There we go. So everything that's ready for paint, I'll just chuck over here. What do you need? You need a bit of everything. That's done. A little bit of red paint on here still. Ready? Oh, what about you? No, you're ready. Now I can pick you up. Okay. That's why I couldn't pick it up. There was still so much more disassembling to do. Beautiful. How about you? You need a bit of both. Still a bit of paint on there to get rid of. Done. Get him looking nice and clean. Perfect. Maybe we should bring this tray. Whoop. Oh, good. Everything stays on. How about you? You're ready? And a bit of a clean. That's good. At least all that time wasn't wasted. I mean, I did a lot of the hard work, and now it's just getting the bits that I couldn't access before. I'm getting them ready for a paint. And I think I'm going to try and give this a really good paint job. And by good, I mean I'm going to use some garish colors. I'm going to go shopping. I'll make it a nice, you know, orange and yellow. Bit of hot pink. Make it so good the birds won't even want to go into it. Oops. I'm going to say this is the performance is pretty good for this game. I haven't really had slowdowns or any hitching or anything. It's responsive. It feels nice. They're doing the basics very well. There's no motion sickness. I haven't played a lot of VR lately, and usually I lose a bit of my VR legs if there's been a bit of a break. But jumping into this, I'm having no issues. It's all just working nicely. At this point, could have just built a brand new bloody birdhouse, couldn't we? But that's not what this is all about, is it? Well, nearly done. Then we paint, then we reassemble, and then we get the money. Cool. Big pile of parts over here, building slowly. You're all good. And you're all good. Alright, let's start tidying this place up a little bit. It's a bit of a dump. Oops. Cleaning fluids, sponges. There we go. Time to paint. Now, let's go to the shop. We're going to get some spray paint. What color do we think? Yellow? We'll start with the yellow. Yeah, I'm losing my way with this box cutter a little bit. Oh, we can actually get ahead of ourselves and stock up on a whole range of colors here. Probably not necessary. I'm going to bring the parts tray over. Painted parts will be deposited into the tray. At every angle, every side. Done. I'm going to keep out, that's the front, isn't it? I'm going to keep a couple of parts out, and I might do them a different colour. I've missed a spot somewhere. There we go. I thought it had run out already. But I just dropped it. This has got to be so much more efficient than painting by hand. And it's still satisfying, so I'm not complaining. Those edges. That just looks and feels nice. See the paint sort of spraying and bouncing off. They've done very well with this. So this game, I think it came out last year, Workshop Simulator. And I sort of was watching it from the start, and I was just waiting to see, you know, what do the reviews say? But there's not, wow, there's not many reviews. Not many people online are playing it. So it certainly hasn't taken off and become one of the more popular games. But I thought, it's on sale. I've been watching it for a while. Thought it was time to give it a go. And so far, I'm not regretting that decision. And plus, I think it's important. Like, you've got to support people developing for VR. Because we want this industry to succeed. And we want it to continue to grow. And we want developers to pay attention to it. And the only way that's going to happen is if we support the games. I think usually it's about 30 Australian dollars, which is really not expensive. But I got it for about 20, I think. And that price, I thought, okay, it's time. All right, that's most of it done. I might just get this one as well. Now, how full are you? We don't know. Let's order. Maybe nothing too garish. Maybe some nice blue. Just so it looks like this game does give you the opportunity to personalize a bit. But I'll just do this to confirm that I'm not going to lose points for painting it a non-requested color or a non-standard color. But saying that, they haven't really told me what color to paint it, so if they wanted a specific color, they should have told me. And maybe that's something that'll come into play a bit later on. This yellow and teal is a nice combination. It reminds me of something. Was it Invincible, maybe? With that light blue and yellow color scheme. And that reminds me I need to catch up on that. I haven't seen, I think, past the first season. I've got a massive watch list of shows I want to watch or catch up on, and it's just not getting any smaller. They're coming out faster than I can watch them. So I'm just going to try something here. See this little pattern? Oh, there's no... Okay, that brush is a little big for that. Can I buy a small brush? Just out of curiosity. Small brush. $20. I don't think I want to commit to this bit quite so much just yet. So here's my impression with this big fat brush. Just colouring in this intricate little pattern. Give it a little bit of personality. Look at that. I am an artiste. There we go. Beautiful. And so these little extra touches the customers will really appreciate. We're all painted. It's time to reassemble. I think you are the baseboard. There we are. Now what? Is there... There's not really any guidance. I just need to sort of There we go. Oh, no, there is guidance. Okay, so these highlighted parts. Thank God for that. Otherwise, we'll be here for a while. Who would have thought that hammering nails in VR would just be so satisfying? I'm going to say it again and again, but this arm thing is so bloody cool. Need a nail? No. That you do. Oops. Can I break it? Nope. Gotta test the limits. Now, I reckon there'll be a setting that I can turn those guides off. Which I might consider. And then I'll have to force myself to pay attention to the parts that I'm removing and where they're being placed. Why am I not seeing? Ah. Oh, hello. You snuck through the cracks there, didn't you, fella? I should have checked the screen. There we go. You would have snuck by unnoticed. The only thing is the grabbing from a distance isn't quite so precise, but it's not a huge deal. Where do you go? Nowhere yet. Put a nice artistic piece on the front. And you go somewhere. Ah. I'm gonna need this one first. On the bottom. There we are. Can I use the side of the hammer? I can. I'm a professional. Look at that beauty, hey? Amazing. So we'll just see if they comment on the wonderful paint job I've done. No, it looks like I've earned full marks for this one. Lovely. And next up is a coaster stand. Oh, I may as well do one more. Looks like it might be a very similar kind of job. Just pop that open. Disassemble. Lots of nails. So now I know that I can only do a few at a time. I'll just pull them all out at once. Are all these coasters going to go flying out? Oh no, we have to remove them. Oh, one by one. Cool. Little connectors there. What else? More nails? This game just makes me want to build a workshop, you know? I want one of these arms I can put stuff on, pull it apart, clean it up, put it all back together. Seems like a fun thing to do. Maybe when I retire. Alright, so just the usual stuff. Scrubbing, sponging, painting. I'll take you off there. Get you all done up nicely. So the edges need work. What am I missing? Edge there. I might need the smaller brush. There we go. Looks nice. It is strangely satisfying. Alright, and we do it all again. There we go. Sponge. Add it to the pile for painting. So do I have to do every single part like this? I think I do. There's a lot of little moving parts here. Have to make sure I don't lose anything again. So what is this? A coaster stand. So not really an essential piece of household furniture. I am a coaster enjoyer though, so I can appreciate it. That probably makes me sound like a bit of a wanker. I do use coasters and I'm proud of it. Not that I'm the kind of person who'll, you know, go off at the guest if they're not using one. Not that extreme. This brush doesn't seem to handle the edges too well. Got there in the end. I forgot to read the description of the job. There's probably some funny reason this person desperately needed their coasters cleaned. have to see if I can bring that back up. No doubt we'll need some more cleaning spray soon. No, I don't think I can go back and read it. That's all right. Good old scrub. So how are we traveling, everybody? Should I rebrand my channel as an ASMR workshop kind of channel? Just let you sit back and listen to the bits of wood being scrubbed and painted. There could be something in that. Because if you're like me, you don't really like the kind of YouTuber that's yelling and screaming the whole time anyway. This could be the opposite. This could just be chill. Chill, cozy gaming. If you are interested in checking out the game for yourself, I will chuck a link in the description, as I always do, so you can give it a look. I actually don't know anything about the devs. I don't know where they're from or what else they've done. But just based on the experience from this game so far, I think they're worth a look, worth supporting. I wonder if you can stain the wood instead of painting it. That seems a bit more suitable for things like this. A nice stain would look quite nice, actually. I'll have to check the shop, see if I can buy some. And nearly done. A little bit more on the edges. And that one's done. And then we just have these little fiddly bits left. A couple of wheels and a couple of little joiners, dowels, or whatever you'd call them. I'm not too sure. Here's a fiddly. At least they're quick. Oh, about half full. And then notice that there's like a little little meter there to show you how much is left. Done. So let's have a look around while I'm doing this. Paint. What is this? Beck's Colors. It's like a little painting station. Maybe we get like a proper spray gun. What is this? Eye protection, ear protection. Don't know what that is. Maybe if you're sanding something, it's like a vacuum thing, so it stops dust getting everywhere. This is something. Like a cleaner. Okay. And then obviously the pressure washer here. So at least as your jobs get a bit more intricate, you will get some new tools to help so it doesn't just become a fiddly, time-consuming mess. But I like these kind of games. It gives you a little bit of a humble beginning. Something to work towards. Oops. All right. Nearly there. These are a little bit fiddly than I would have liked, but sort of what you'd expect. As long as I don't need to whip out the little tools to get into these little bits and pieces. Doing anything? Maybe I do need a small brush, small sponge. Done. Can I put this here? No. Done. Lucky last one. Then we can move on to the painting. Damn these little things. So fiddly. All right. Done. No more sponges. All right. Time to paint. What colors are we thinking? Whoops. Punched my screen. I'm going to buy spray paint, of course. Gonna get a nice black, nice white, and a nice red. Oh no, I have red. Okay. Start a collection of colors. All right. Cool. Where are we starting? What does this thing look like? Okay. So these should be white. Is that white? Close enough. That's more of a cream. It's kind of gross. Actually, I should do the dowels first. Or whatever you call them. Oh, add a red. Now I should be able to buy a new one. Oh, I can't. That's so weird. Alright, we'll get a darker red. Or a maroon. Fine. You're done. These ones won't match. That's okay. Done. Gotta sign your work. Perfect. Just in case anyone pulls it apart in the future and thinks, who's put this glorious piece of work together? They'll know. It's not quite the solid black I was expecting. Maybe I'll mix this up a little bit. Maybe I'll get some blue and yellow in the middle there. I can bookend them with the black ones. That'll look nice. Uh-oh. Suppose I should just buy a new one straight up. Oh, that's a slightly different colour. That's alright. Keeps it interesting. One's done. Two more. And then just the wheels, and we are ready to reconstruct. Cool. What other colour haven't we used? Yellow. So the yellow is quite strong. It's covering up that pattern really well, but the red and the blue and even the black were a little bit dull. Maybe there's different quality paints. Or maybe not. Different colour, I know. I'm just going to finish it up this way. Just to get it done. Wheels. What color for the wheels? Let's have nice purple wheels. I'm wasting all my money on paints. For no good reason. But it's okay. Gonna waste that money anyway. Done. Come on. Done. Lucky last. Done. Painting finished. Let's just tidy up after ourselves a little bit here. Get ready to reconstruct. Okay, a few things fell through, that's alright. How do we start this? Oh, actually, let's just check our progress. Yep, we are all done. There's the signed piece. Oops. There you go on that side. A couple of these joiners. No? You go there, do you? Yep. And you go there. Secure them. That's what I love about VR. In a flat game, you probably wouldn't be able to do that, but I can hammer without even being able to see it. It's awesome. Okay, wheels are on. Oh, they don't need hammering? Okay. Oh no, that's going to be quite visible, isn't it? When you, I thought, oops. I thought that that would be hidden. That graffiti signature, but anyway, it's not my problem. Nope, nope, nope. Need that. Thank you. Pop him there. Now what? Oh, now we can nail them in. Okay, that makes sense. Oh yeah, of course, because otherwise what was I thinking I was going to nail them into before? Nothing at all. Alright. So we're going to bookend with the black ones. So we'll start... Oh no, you're in the middle. Oh. Right, they've all got predetermined spots. Okay, so there goes my idea of the colour pattern. I should have planned ahead. That cream coloured one just looks unpainted. Look at that. That is beautiful. Wouldn't you want that as the centerpiece of your dining room table? Grab a little coaster. What color do you want? Red, green, cream, half painted blue? The choice is yours. We'll box it up. Slap some tape on it. And ship it off. Another satisfied customer. How about that? Completed. We've got $158 in the bank, despite all my frivolous paint spending. Haven't bought any tools. I'm actually surprised you start with this many tools. I would have thought it'd be a good opportunity to buy a few as you need them, but not the case. So we'll just do a little tidying here. Let's check our commissions. We are done with this second pack. Met all our objectives. We can move on to pack 3. A key hanger, a gas stove, and a mailbox. Interesting. They all look a lot more complicated. Just seeing what else is in our inventory. We don't have... Well, it says we have these things in our inventory, but where? Or maybe I need to buy parts to unlock them. I'm not sure. But that might be one for the next episode. I think I'm going to leave it there. If you enjoyed this and want to see more like it, please let me know. This is a little bit of a different pace for the channel, a little bit more chill. If that's something you'd like to see more of, please let me know. I do intend to come back and play more of this. There is obviously a lot more to do. Oh, plenty of packs. Okay. Plenty of content. Plenty of tools to unlock still. Lots of fun to be had. So let me know if you want to see more like it. And again, if you're interested in the game and want to check it out for yourself, I will leave a link in the description down below. Thank you again for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Cheers.